Hello fellow modelers and styling fanatics, welcome back to my channel. I hope that everyone is doing fine and enjoys the hobby. Concrete Banker is back again today with another one of its notorious episodes. So on today's episode guys, we work on to part 2 of our cyber hobby T-34/76 model 1940 in 1 to the 35th scale and kit number 9153. So I don't remember if I have stated that, but this build is inspired by Shepard's Pain, the Hornet Nest. You can find Shepard's build in his second edition of How to Diorama book. A friend of mine has provided me with that photo. I was immediately inspired to do the same, so I will try to recreate it with my T-34. Now for the guys that have this book or have access to this book, they all know what exactly I am talking about. For the guys that they don't have this book or they don't have a way to get it, stick with me guys, you're gonna see exactly what kind of build we are going to recreate in the continuation of this series. Now I have managed to complete the main assembly, my main assembly at least, the main assembly that I have in mind. I am relatively happy with this video. It's nothing wrong about it. It is just that I am stuttering a lot and I think that I am quite silent, but it is what it is. This is what happens with live builds. You have to be in a good mood to film, you know. Everything, all planets need to line up in order for you to have good footage. But anyway, I am going to edit it and release it for you guys to see. Now I don't wanna bore you further. You guys all know the drill. Grab a seat, make yourselves comfortable, grab the mandatory cold one or a hot brew, and let's see what me and Past George have in stock for this episode. Well, hello guys, welcome back to part 2 of our T-34 project, aka the wasp nest project, and we're gonna begin almost where we left the tank where we left the tank. So I have done a few stuff off camera, mainly tiny pieces that you won't be able, I wouldn't be able to film, and let me give you a closer look on what I mean. I have attached all these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 3 from this side because I lost one, handles, tie down hooks. I have also attached clasps, 4 clasps over here at the rear, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and I have done nothing else, to be honest with you guys. Now those two steps, those two things, the parts that I have attached, are located on step number 9 and some of them on step number 10. Step number 9 over here, as you can see, and step number 10 is here. I will also attach parts M2 off camera because they are small. They are tiny, and for apparent reasons. And now we have to work over here at the rear. This is what we are going to do right now. Let's see. Let's grab our tank assembly and let's start. I am going to attach the engine hatch. Let's start from the easy parts first. Over here probably. Come on. Yep. Okay. Looks like it needs some persuasion. There we have it. Well, that wasn't some persuasion, it was persuasion. We are also going to attach the tail light that will go over here. Which apparently I think that I am going to damage, mainly because, as I've said, here is the part that my tank caught fire. At least that's my intention. And now we have the exhaust system assembly. Now the exhaust system, the exhaust pipes are a different sub-assembly. Is over here. I have done one off camera, of course, and I'm gonna do the other one on camera just for you guys to see. So let's attach the ready-made pipe over here. Yeah, I can see that it has some seam lines, but they won't be visible after I attach the exhaust shroud. And here is the exhaust shroud that will go over here on top. So this is one of the exhaust pipes, and here is the other one. The other one is a two-part assembly. The exhaust is separated in half. I am going to assemble it in front of the camera, and I am going to leave it to dry because I will need to do some sanding and some further work on it. That it will need time, so I will do it off camera because there is no reason for me to bore you guys. Yep, as you can see, it is there. Now I am going to leave this aside. Now the rest of the process is the same. Okay. Which means that right now we have done this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, this one, and we need to proceed to step number 11. So on step 11 we have some probably toolboxes that they are gonna be attached over here at the rear fenders. We have the jack and we have these assemblies, these two. Now these things are going to get attached over here at this side. And my plans are that they go like so. I am going to portray that the tank took a direct penetrating hit over here, which means it penetrated. The round penetrated the armor. It has gone inside the engine caused a small fire, because I wanna depict a small fire and some rust, and I wanna keep the rest of the camo intact, mainly because it is a cool camo scheme. And that's it, which means that I will need to drill a hole somewhere here where the penetrating heat took place, and see if any of the parts is on the way. Okay guys, we have found our first mistake in the instructions, and I'm here to point it out and point also how to fix it. So give a good look here. As you can see, we have a sub-assembly consisted of 3 parts, F8 and 2 F7s, and this thing needs to go over here, or over here at the tank. So if we grab over here, we have F8 and 2 F7s. The F7s are just leads for closing the gaps over here. Okay, so I am going to leave them aside. If we place this object over here where it is supposed to go, as you can see clearly, we have to see half moon gaps, which means that we need something. That something comes in form of F8. This part is supposed to go over here to close those gaps, and then you are supposed to place that whole assembly together with the F7 leads over here. But as you can see, now you have another gap over here. So what I have done, I have created the whole assembly, and I have done holes, which means that now it sits flush. And I have also filled the gaps with putty. Now I am going to recreate the assembly in front of the camera, and what we need to do, we need to cut some excess plastic over here, like so. In order for us to be able to remedy the situation. Okay, yeah, I know that this is not straight, but that's okay. We don't need it to be straight, we just need some gaps over here. So as you can see now, it sits like that, and you can boom, place it in place, and the part will sit flush to the surface. So the assembly goes like so. Now we also need to attach those two pieces. That's a quick and easy fix, and also something to keep in mind if you're building the same kit as I do. Now this will probably sit here like so. Okay, supposedly. Come on. And the other part, it will sit here as well. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now, what I will need to do off camera, of course, will be to fill those two gaps with putty and sand them down flush. So that's something for you guys to keep in mind. Well guys, I have returned and I have fixed this small issue. Give me a moment and I am going to show you. Okay, here it is. Gaps, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna call them gaps, are filled with putty and the parts are in place, as you can see. I took the liberty to attach the straps onto this part off camera. I'm gonna attach the straps, the two rest straps on camera onto this part, but let's start from the other parts first. So to complete step number 11 of the instructions, we have to attach one part on this fender and the other part on that fender. These parts now look like wood blocks, but I have no clue. I can't find any reference pictures, and the books that I have for T-34s are not stating something like that, are not stating anything for these parts, mainly because the books that I have for T-34s are starting from model 1941 and onwards, and this kit is for a 1940 model. Anyway, we're gonna keep them, and if I find out that those parts are wood, I am going to take care of them. I am going to damage them because wood parts near fire would not play well. So let me attach that one. Yep, as you can see, these are keyed onto the fenders. There are two holes and there are two knobs onto each part, and you place each part with this angle onto the outer side, like so. Now we will move on to the side of the vehicle. Over here we have to attach these things, and those things are the jacks that, you know, lift the vehicle. So let me see something. We're gonna attach them like as you see them, you know, oriented as you see. Let me apply glue and you're gonna see exactly what I mean. Come on. Right. I don't know why, but although I have filmed 3 parts on this update, on this episode, I don't like what I filmed. Anyway, what is done now. even if I don't like what I recorded, I am going to upload it. And the next one, the second track will go at the same place, like so. Let me line it up, try to line it up at least. Oh, come on, help me a little bit here. Yep, spot on. So this is what you're supposed to be looking at. And now we move on to the straps. So straps, guys, need some persuasion to fit flush with the parts, so I am just going to attach them, and I am going to persuade them off camera. You know, I'm gonna press them in place, press them and keep them in place off camera if needed. Okay, and upon step 11 completion, this is what you are supposed to be looking at. So let's grab the instructions and let's erase what we have done. So all these are now attached onto the vehicle. And now we have to move to step 12. So onto step 12 we have these ones, and of course those ones, which are spare tracks, which of course I am going to leave aside because I will need to detail paint them and attach them later onto my vehicle, because that's the way I do it. I will only attach these C hooks, you know, these hooks for towing, and we are going to proceed to step 13. Let's see what step 13 has for us. So step 13 is the towing wires. So those I am going to leave them aside for later. We have this one, which I suppose that it is the antenna mount, although T-34s didn't have antenna mounts, only the command tanks had radio in the beginning of the war. And then we have something else. What's A8 and M5? Okay, so we have those over here that are straps for the spare tracks. So we're gonna skip step 13 and we're gonna proceed to step 14. Step 14, those ones are going to be attached later. This one is going to attach later as well. Okay, so on step 14 we have those things that they are the same as those ones. So I'm gonna do that off camera. And we have the headlights and this part which is used to erase this mesh over here, you know, this gap, but I am not planning to attach the upper hole to the lower hole yet. So let me do the unnecessary stuff like this ones off camera, and I am going to return back because we need to skip a lot of stuff. Now guys, I am back and I am kinda sorry, but I'm not so sorry because I did some stuff off camera. So first thing that I did was to paint black this region of the lower hole, of the inner part of the lower hole. This will come in handy in future when we will close up, you know, when the two holes will meet, because if you can see from inside here, now you can see nothing, which is what we wish, since this kit has no interior detail. Other thing that I have done is to add these hooks over here where my thing is, where my tweezer is, and this antenna over here. Since they were consisted of minor parts, you know, and the assembly was easy, I opted to attach them off camera. Now for the final steps of the lower and upper hole, we're gonna proceed to the other side and attach two toolboxes, one over here and one over here, and each one will go somewhere probably. Okay, because the instructions are not so clear. I think one goes over here and the other one will go over here. Yep, looks like I am right. Let me apply some glue and I will reattach them. Okay, no, not the extra thing. Let's use contactor, which is clogged as always. So a smaller toolbox will go here, come on, and the bigger one would go there. Okay, and now we have two headlights. I already assembled and installed one off camera. Now we're gonna assemble and install the other one on camera. Assembly is easy. This is one piece and the lens over here. I want to make sure that I attach the lens oriented in the proper, way. You can see, as you can see. And now let's attach it over here. That is kind of tricky, but okay. Is this okay? Yeah, I think that we are good. So, with that done, we almost complete step number 14. Well, mainly, let me show you what we have done. Let me show you instruction wise. So, we have started from step 12. We have done 1, 2, 3 of camera. Step 13, 1, 2, 3 of camera once again. Step 14, let's move this aside. We have done 1, 2, 3, 4, and nothing else, yeah. And we need to, and from step 15 we have done 1 and the other one over here. So what we left behind, what we left for future endeavors, we have left this one, and I am going to explain you why. We will leave this one, that one, this subassembly, which is none other than this, and then we move on to step 16. So if you reach this stage of the instructions, you are supposed to have both of the holes closed. Sorry guys, this time that noise was my dog, sorry. So in order for us to glue the upper and the lower hole together, I will need to decide on some minor details that I have in mind in order to glue them. I mean, some minor details. I mean, I will need to solidify in my mind the damage that it has been done from the shot. Until I solidify it and try to think every possible, thing, I will leave it without gluing the lower part of the hole to the upper part. So I cannot attach this part, C3, which is the part that goes over here in the front. So this one will have to wait. Anyway, as I will proceed with step 16, which is the starting step of the turret creation, and I am going to think about the rest of the things that I wanna do in the whole of the T-34. Okay guys, let's start part 16 with the assembly of the gun manlet. It's the part that you see in front of you, and the gun barrel over there, which I wait for it to cure so I can sand it flush, get rid of the seam line, because it comes in two halves. So while this is drying, let's start working on this one. So as you can see, we grab it this way. We have two halves over here that correspond to this weird shape. So let's start. So you see, the grooved part goes towards the manlet, towards the thing that I am holding. Same goes for the other side. Now this is another part that I may need to do some sanding here and there, mainly over here. Oh no, okay, everything is under control, okay. Mainly over here and over there, where the two seams meet each other. And on top of this part we have to attach this one. Let me see, because it has kinda weird shape. I think that it goes like so. Okay, let's apply our glue. I have the feeling that this video won't be so good because I'm not so talkative, I am not so consistent, and I don't have, you know, a clear plan. But anyway, it is what it is. This is what happens with live builds. You guys bear with me. I'm gonna fix it in the end. Okay, and this is the gun manlet assembly. Now, of course, I am gonna do some tweaking here and there to make this seam to, you know, to make this seam disappear. Okay, let's delve to second sub-assembly of step 16, which is none other than the gun bridge. Here I have laid all the parts clean and ready to go. So we're gonna start from the easiest thing first, which is none other than this part and this tiny piece over here that I hold with my tweezer. There is a small hole over here that's going to house this piece if I don't lose it or feed it to the carpet monster. Wish me luck, guys. Okay, then we leave this aside. We need to join these two halves together, which is the main body of the bridge assembly, if I may call it so. And this will go here. Inside there is a cavity that has the half-shape moon of this one. So in order for me to hold its shape while I'm working on it, I am going to attach it right now. Okay, and now what we need to do, we will flip it this side, apply glue here, and attach this part over there. Try to attach it at least, with not great success as usual. Okay, that looks good. And then we need to attach this part over here. Instructions make it look more complex, but that's okay. Stay there for a moment, I will help you. And now we have to... Oh, that's gonna be a little bit tricky. maximum concentration. Yeah, help me a little bit. Help me a little bit. Yes. Okay. That's a spent ammo holder, if I am not mistaken. The spent ammo, not the spare ammo, sorry guys. And final part is none other than this one. So let me see something. Let me orient it properly. Yeah, that's gonna fight me. As usual. And I think from what I can see we are good. Things are looking good. Now I will leave this to dry, of course, and I am going to take care of this same line and that one, because those are probably going to be visible if I will maintain the turret hatch, the commander hatch open. I suppose that this one would go here, like so, and this will be our whole gun assembly, but I am going to leave this for later. So let's grab the instructions and see what we have completed. So the whole step number 16 it is done now. Done and dusted, and let's see what awaits us in part 17. Okay, so we need to put the front part of the turret in between the gun manlet and the bridge assembly, together with those two things. And of course we have to be careful not to apply glue to any of those parts, of parts B14 and B13, if we wanna retain movement, when I say movement, of a movement of the gun up, in up or low position. Okay guys, time for part 17, which is none other than making these parts all in one big piece. So these are the two pieces that we need to be careful where to lay glue. So how we are going to approach this? I am going to place this one and that one over here without any glue, and I am going to insert them here in their position, and then I am going to attach this one also in place. And now I will hold it and apply tiny amounts of glue over here at the bottom and at the top only. And I am going to do the same thing on the opposite side. Alright, I will hold in it firmly. Looks like I need to apply some glue over here. Second time is the charm. Okay, why this doesn't wanna work? Come on. Okay. Yeah. Doesn't go all the way down. Okay. This all the way up and this all the way down. Okay. Now I am going to leave this one to dry and hope for the best. I'm gonna place it over here and let's talk about what we have done. Okay, part 17. Okay, this one is not attached, it is referring to this whole subassembly. This one is referring to this whole subassembly. H1, and I have left the two hooks, the two lifting hooks. These are going to be attached last because, as always, I will knock these parts off. And now we will move on to step 18. Well guys, let's continue with the turret assembly, and I have already mixed up the pieces. So, luckily the turret has some interior detail which is going to help us, since I am planning to keep the huge commander's cupola open, commander's hats open, so we will assemble the interior as well. The interior consists from the commander's seat and the gunner's seat. So let's grab one side with the seat together. The seat corresponds over here to this thing. It is keyed over here in the back, so you won't be able to do a mistake. And also this cushion is keyed to go over here. I am going to start from the assembly of the seat itself, because it's gonna be easier for me to attach it while I have it assembled, or I hope so, that it is going to be easier. Let's hope so together. Let's see if I am right. Okay, let's play it even more risky and attach it using the tweezers, because yeah, why not? Why not make our lives more difficult? For video sake's purposes. Okay, so this is one side of the turret done, and we're gonna do the same thing on the other side, the exact same thing on the opposite side. Yeah. Let's be fancy, let's do it with the tweezers. Because no reason. Okay, that went well. I know that you guys can see injection mold marks over here, but believe me, they won't be visible. Except if you open a flashlight near this model. But I am not so keen to take care of them. This is going to be a huge pain in the back to take care of those mold marks. So now we have the two sides of the turret ready, and now the tricky part starts. Let me already apply the glue, some glue, because I am going to do it once, hopefully. At least that's what I am planning, to do it once and not fail miserably. High hopes here. So we are going to need our previous sub-assembly from step 17, which is none other than the gun manlet. We have two holes that corresponds with two pins on the exact opposite side as expected. And now we need to gently push this thing to place. Gently, I said. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, lovely. Okay. Gonna start gluing it over here at the back. We have another matter. I don't think that this is a hatch, but anyway. No, this is not a hatch. Okay. So looks like we're gonna have a problem over here. I will need to hold this part like this until it cures, so I am going to do it off camera, to hold it off camera. Let's apply glue to this side, which is looking good. Let's apply the extra thing for obvious reason. Quick setting. That should do it. Okay. Our seats are already in place. And now I will need to hold it like this until it cures. So I'm gonna pause the video, guys, and I am going to return to show you how it looks. But before I pause it, since I use I can do it with one hand. So what we have done right now we have completed the whole step 18, already done and dusted. Now we need to move normally we need to move to step 19, but as you can see in step 19 we have the lid. So we're gonna skip this and we're gonna move to step 20, which is the assembly of the lid, and then we're gonna return back to step 19 to attach the turret lid. Small note over here, I am just going to dry fit this part because for obvious reasons I will need to paint the interior of the turret. Oh, and looks like the part is relatively dry, so it can hold itself in place. Now let's see something. Yep, isn't it lovely? Oh gosh, as you can see here, guys, they haven't opened these holes yet, so I cannot place the turret in place. I'll do that off camera, and I am going to be back for step number 20 and the rest of the build, you know. Okay, let's start with the turret lid assembly, and already straight out of the bat I will tell you that I have attached 3 pieces on the turret, on the commander's hatch. Piece number 1 over here at the edge of my tweezer, piece number 2, and this tiny little piece over here, which helps to keep the hatch secure in place in open position. So this, I am going to leave this aside, and I am going to start working on the turret lid. So let's start from the easy parts first. Let's start from this one. Oh, come on. Alright. Let's put on. Second part is going over here. Let me make sure about something. Yeah, nobody knows. Okay, looks like I have fed the carpet monster. Luckily I have a replacement part. Luckily. That should teach me for picking up rounded objects with tweezers. And this is what happens, guys, when you are picking rounded objects with tweezers and trying to grip it with a little bit more force. Let it be a lesson. And now carpet monster owns me a meal. Anyway, so this one will go here, and now we will move on to the hatch. So we have a vision block. Let me see. Okay, this side is the right side. Don't know if you can see. You see the small square cap over there. This is our key, and we will grab this part and we will feed the previous part with the key position properly. There. Okay, and over here at the top you can see that we have three small gaps. That our next piece will come and sit on. Let's not feed the carpet monster this time. Try at least not to feed it. Yeah, would you help me a little bit? Yep, that should do it. Supposedly. this whole sub-assembly will need to be dropped over here. And this will be placed over here, guys, as expected. What a surprise. Yeah, I know. Be careful, I don't want to leave a fingerprint. Glued in open position, and now let's see. Okay, fit is a little bit stiff, but that's okay. So, and of course we have a lifting hook that we will need to attach over here, but since I will handle the model quite a lot for the next episodes, I am going to leave it as it is. And let's take a look. Okay, we can clearly see some of the interior. Okay, and that's it, guys. Let me grab the instructions. What we have done, we have completed this off camera, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and that one, and that one, and we will leave this one for later off. One other thing, we had a choice here, vision block or no vision block. Normally, if I remember correctly, no vision block is the the way to go, but I liked that added detail, so why not? And we have completed this one and this step as well. So supposedly in the instructions we have completed the main assembly of the tanks, of course, of course, and you guys know that we have left many boxes unchecked that they will have to wait until our next episode. I think that I am sure that I have enough footage for the time being, so I am going to wrap this episode up. So guys, with all that said and done, we have made it to the end of this episode. On our next episode we will probably start working on our base, so we can mock up the rest of the T-34, and we probably are going to do some more battle damage on the tank. I hope that you guys found this video helpful and interesting, and stick along for the next one. Before I go, I wanna thank each and every one of you guys that watched this video. A special thank you to all my subscribers, old and new ones. You guys are the best, and you are the reason I keep doing these videos. Now, for the newcomers out there that encounter one of my videos for the first time, welcome guys. I hope that you like what I do. If so, you all know what to do. Leave a like, comment with your thoughts and opinions, share the video if you believe it deserves to be shared, or even consider subscribing for more builds to come your way. Until the next time, fellow modelers and friends, take care and model on. It was that Mofo Daemon signing out.